What does it mean to awaken? Awaken unto what? And how does one awaken? How do awakenings occur? What is occurring when we say an awakening just happened? Einstein pointed out that everything arises out of fields. Fields of what? Fields of energy. There's nothing that appears in the universe that is not a field of energy expressing. Many multiple fields, interrelated, interconnected, interspersed, if you will, all expressing now as this vast universe, which includes everything we live within here on Earth, for instance, in a very small way. And everything that appearing, trees are a field of energy. And what you're seeing is, if you're looking at a tree, is the densest part of that field of energy. But the field actually is measurable beyond the tree. That tree is, interrelating, not separately, not as a tree here and a tree there interrelating, but just everything is constantly interrelated. Nothing is separate from another thing. It's just all part of the nature of fields expressing, in this case as a tree. The human energy field is expressing as the embodiment of me and the embodiment of you. The human energy field is made up of, they talk about chakras and everything, just who knows how, a billion little vortices of energy. That's what an atom is. It's not a particle, or it's vortices of energy, moments of energy. That's the foundation of everything. And those things come together and form complex things. Ultimately, the human expression. And the human expression is no different than a tree. It is really, what you're looking at is the dense representation of the human energy field that in truth is much greater speaking space-wise, conceptually, than just the embodiment itself that you see, that mentally is interpreted as you and me, as a person. So there's all this energy arising, moving in this present moment now, and acting as it will in this present moment now, including thoughts arising, emotions arising, images, feelings, all those things that in the human experience we recognize as, I know what, I've experienced that, or there's been that experience occurring in this human energy field. All of it arising out of fields, nothing separate from a field as far as the expressing of life is concerned. So also resistance, or the sensation or feeling, if you will, of resistance, of a binding up of energy. The kind of the clamping down, the binding together of energy, so that we experience that as humans in sometimes in a lighter way as like annoyance. I'm annoyed but with something, or frustration, a little bit bigger than annoyance maybe, created by an attachment to the idea that I want to accomplish something in a certain time frame or in a certain way, and it doesn't happen, so I'm the binding of energy, the frustration comes about, arises in this field. anger, resentment, ultimately, maybe the worst of it all, a hatred. It's just really, it's like the word darkness used sometimes, to just putting the darkness over the light, that binding up of energy that creates an explosion of hatred, anger at times when it's bound in the human energy field. So that's life expressing, at least a real quick general overview of just the nature of life expressing out of fields. So the question remains, what is aware of these fields? Awareness isn't a field. A field can't be aware of a field. Something other than a field has to be aware of that. Something that is really unspeakable. How do you give it a name? Because it's just pure awareness. It's not framed in anything, and it's everywhere at once. It's not here and there and somewhere else and not here. It's everywhere at once. So there's awareness, and there's that which arises out of awareness, out of the silence of that awareness. And this silent, pure awareness, and that which arises out of awareness, encompasses the whole of life, the whole of being. Awareness and that which arises, the whole of being. All happening right now. Pure awareness and the movement of energy arising out of the silence of pure awareness is life itself. So, we posed the question, what does it mean to awaken in the beginning? What does one have to do in the midst of all this energy arising to simply be aware of this fact, of this nature of life itself? Is there anything one can do to be aware of that with great clarity and not be identified with it, not be run off, not go off on a tangent with it, not be attached to it, all the different things that arise, the idea of this and that and the other thing, and the emotion of this, that, and the other thing, but just be aware of it. Is there anything one can do to be purely aware? Purely awareness is there already. It's everywhere at once, just as it is. So what can one do to awaken unto that reality, to realize that reality? Is there a doer at all? Who's doing? Or is it just about remaining present? That's all. Just remaining present in this moment, not doing anything. And in that environment, if you will, clarity comes. No seeking, no practicing, no path to take. Where are you going to go? If I get up and go over there, if I'm not present here, am I going to be present over there? If I'm not present in this moment, am I going to be present in some other moment? Simply allow the present moment to be as it is, the eternally present now. It's forever here. It's eternal. Pure presence. It's here. Right now. Allow life to flow from that. Because in truth, there is only that. There is only the eternally present now, and nothing more. To realize that in oneself is to awaken under the truth of what actually is so in the eternally present now.